going on? About to check out Anna from TYT. Apparently, she ripped this woke scene in person. Let's check this out, man. This might be good. You never know. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't.
White Christians hate themselves for the past wrongs that have been done. And I'm here as a loving Christian to say, let's grapple with that.
White Christians of today are not responsible for the atrocities that were committed by the United States.
Anna Kasparian.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's mad nuts. Check out the Apostle, guys. That's a channel I'm reacting to.
Calls out woke racist Michael Eric Dyson for his blatantly hypocritical and racist statements towards Representative Nancy Mace on his CNN panel and the creepy, flirty text he sent to her right after he insulted her on the Young Turks. If you have never heard Michael Eric Dyson speak, he is an insufferable, racist, wannabe intellectual. It's sad. And Anna Kasparian decries his behavior. But this is what you get from these crazy far lefties. People like Michael Eric Dyson are so arrogant and yet exactly the type of person you don't even want to be around. So let's check out Anna Kasparian rip this idiot.
We're living in a toxic culture where there's a cancel culture gotcha.
Remember, I'm reacting to the Apostle.
We're not trying to elevate, we're trying to eviscerate. This woman has now depended upon, like her inspiration, Donald Trump, a racist trope. The black brute seeks the innocent white woman, and now I'm seeking lasciviously to approach her.
I mean, but did you try to hit on the white woman? Now, that was Michael Eric Dyson, who's reeling over Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace, calling him out for sending her creepy texts immediately after he implied that she's racist on live national television. And he did imply that.
That's crazy. What was the text? What was it? Was he trying to guilt her into giving him some play? That's nuts.
Don't insult our intelligence.
Wow.
Now, it's incredible how he can decry cancel culture on one hand and then try to get her canceled for allegedly using racist tropes on another. So let's break this down, because in case you missed the story, it all started when Dyson and Congresswoman Mace appeared on the same CNN panel to discuss the presidential race. Mace, like many Americans, struggled a bit with Kamala Harris's name.
Talk about rerun Kamala's.
You almost got it.
I will say Kamala's name any way that I want to.
No,
but
you mispronounced her and you also misjudged her.
I just did, and I'll do it again.
Mispronouncing her name. That's a refusal to acknowledge her humanity.
If
I purposely mispronounced your name, that would not be appropriate.
Policies.
Okay, so
they was doing too much. I know that. This is not that big of a deal. And it took me a while to learn Kamala's name, my damn self. So I don't really see why they tripping.
she probably shouldn't have said, I will say her name how I want. But like, clearly she wasn't intentionally trying to mispronounce her name. She started with Kamala, and then she's like, wait, Kamala. She's probably confused because guess what? We have heard both pronunciations for many years now. And it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to make a point, a substantive point, right? I'm sure I probably disagree with whatever Mace was supposed to say or was trying to say, but it doesn't matter. She's trying to get her point out, and she gets interrupted immediately over a small error. Now, that is when Dyson stepped in to make the obligatory point that, you know, we've heard it before. White woman bad, very naughty. Let's watch.
This congresswoman is a wonderful human being, but when you disrespect Kamala Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want, I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
So now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't a racist.
That is complete.
No, you don't have to intend racism to accomplish it.
You are intending that I am
your disrespect
racist,
of Kamala Harris is part and parcel.
He said she was pretty much doing racist acts. He's saying you don't have to be racist to do racist things. That's stupid as hell. That's dumb. That's dumb as a mother. I ain't even gonna keep cursing. That really frustrated me.
You're not racist. You just did a racist thing. Come on. Now, Kamala Harris has a relatively unique name. We all know this. And people are going to accidentally mispronounce it. It's called life. And these little squabbles over this issue are insane, especially when commentators like Dyson blow it out of proportion to make it seem like it's the perpetuation of white supremacy in America. Give me a break. In fact, maybe give all the Kamala Harris supporters you're about to hear from a break as well.
The hate campaign against Kamala Harris has begun. You'll notice they purposefully pronounce her name wrong. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. People like Kamala Harris. But as Kamala said,
Kamala Harris.
Kamala and I, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala
That's
Harris.
funny.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, that's hilarious. Fam, the internet is undefeated. People, they be searching. They'll find it.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is Kamala.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris was a very good prosecutor.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. And I know her. Kamala was first Biden and Kamala.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. And to the Kamala point, they purposefully pronounce her name wrong. They say Kamala. They do it all the time. It is on purpose. Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris was talking about this.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Wow. A lot of people perpetuating white supremacy
Crazy.
in America, including black people. Now, getting back to Dyson's tiff with Mace, after he implied that she's
And one of them said they know her. Think about it. One of them said they know her.
mispronouncing Kamala's name because she's racist, Mace did this on the House floor.
I would like to also enter into the record a screenshot of a text message I received from the esteemed professor from Vanderbilt.
My bad, I keep forgetting y'all can't hear me well. I got a low voice. I gotta pause it. I love the earrings. Cool earrings.
Michael Eric Dyson, after my CNN interview, begged me for photos. In this text, he says, after calling me racist on CNN, shh, don't tell anybody, we look good together, and sent me a kissy emoji.
Without
then
objection.
the guy
Order.
says I'm gorgeous in all these photos. I don't think he's that bent out of shape on how anyone pronounces Kamala. And if we're going to have that standard, you got to hold it to both sides, not just one or the other.
Really glad.
If she's so racist, why you want to get with her? Why are you trying to holler at that? This is so nasty. He was fake and disgusting. Fair. I mean, he was blatantly trying to ruin your image and then trying to slide up in your DMs directly after. That man's nasty.
Anna Kasparian brought up this point because people like Michael Eric Dyson, there's no way he doesn't remember all of those people pronouncing her name like that for all these years. There's no way he doesn't remember that everybody on his side of the aisle has been saying it for years, her name in exactly that way. He probably just went off on this point because he can use that opportunity to play his racist trope, because that's what he does. So either, I mean, he just forgot everything, like how everybody says her name, or he does remember.
It was lust. She made him not even think about it. He didn't even contemplate. He was just like, I need that. She was like, you need that. He was like, I need it. Yeah, that's weird. That is strange as hell.
Remember, and he's just using this opportunity to do what he does best: lambast, call someone else a racist, and try to make himself sound smart. I mean, he just pats his ego. And bro, come on. Like, this is a total weak beta move. Like, you just insulted her to her face on national TV, but now you're going to think you're slick enough to come back behind and be like, what's up, girl? I mean, it's ridiculous. Like I said, these aren't even the people you want to be around. They will say the worst possible things publicly in one light, but they will completely act like something else behind the curtain. Can't trust these people, man. You don't even know who they are. Good job on Anna Kasparian. Leave a comment what you thought about what she said, and leave a like. Let's get back.
Oh, I thought he said that like he was about to rap it.
Again.
Damn. Now, as you can imagine, Dyson didn't like that. But before we get to Dyson's response to all of this, Look, Nancy Mace, to be fair, is not innocent in all of this, okay? And honestly, in this saga, her biggest crime, those massive tacky earrings. Like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing, girl? Like, I respect your religion, okay? But like, maybe smaller cross earrings? Why do they have to be so big? Okay, anyway, let's get back to Dyson. He didn't like it, so he wrote on X, quote, her white women's tears and mendacity are all in the service of lies and distortions. I was wrong about one thing.
For someone who is always trying to accuse someone else of being racist, you sure keep injecting her race into it. Hold on, how did he wrap it up?
Is a bigot and racist. No, you thought that to begin with. Let's keep it real.
Right, and now you saying that because she wanted to hook up with you? Wow.
Real. Now, in an effort to defend himself, he also took to social media to say that he's not doing anything weird. I mean, he writes creepy messages to lots of women. Watch.
These are other people that I interacted with recently, my friends, some of them. My friend Allison, I said, nice, you look gorgeous. Look out, Texas, here she comes, talking about that. Nell Painter, a world-renowned historian, on her Instagram, I posted after she posted about she's a Mary Ellen von der Heyden Fellow in Letters of the American Academy in Berlin. In public, I said, gorgeous and brilliant all at once. A heart with a heart of faith.
This is just telling me that you try to slide in a lot of different chick DMs, bro. That sounds crazy.
That's smiling with hearts and a kissy face, right?
You gotta be professional.
I said, keep up the great work. Then there is my friend Terry, who I was giving tickets to for the Democratic National Convention. I said, you know I can if I will. Everybody and their mama want these tickets for today. You look gorgeous as always. Then my colleague Lisa at Vanderbilt, when we took pictures, I sent them to her and I said, me and Miss Gorgeous. And then Councilwoman Mary.
That's pretty creepy. I ain't gonna front. That's pretty creepy. I don't care if I took a picture of some chicks. I'm not sending it to them and telling them me and gorgeous and calling them gorgeous all the time. That's just weird. And if I was like their significant other, I would probably be even more cringed out as well. Like, why are you doing that? That makes no sense. Right? Why are you hitting my girl up talking about she gorgeous? That's crazy. I would tell my girl to block you.
Sheffield, who is a councilwoman in Detroit. And I said, gorgeous and brilliant leader. Bless you and thank God for your courage, strength, and leadership. And then my dear friend Susan Taylor, a renowned editor, Queen, that's what I call her. So good to see you today. You look gorgeous as always, and your soul-inspiring conversation was uplifting as always. Feel better. Love y'all. And then finally,
you could have said that without the whole gorgeous thing, bro. You could have said all the other compliments without talking about their looks constantly.
To Dana Bash. Well, I congratulated her on the interview she did with Kamala Harris. And then on another interview, saying people of color are eating cats, that's racism. I was quoting her. I said, thank you, Dana Bash. Besides being brilliant and courageous, you also look gorgeous.
Wait, no kissy emoji for Dana Bash? What's going on here? Look, obviously
really
that's not the defense he thinks it is. Maybe don't send unsolicited evaluations of women's appearance in a professional setting. Especially as a married man, I would not be happy with my husband if he's sending kissy emojis to other women, especially at work. And have a little grace for people instead of immediately assuming they're driven by hatred and racism. But no, he just can't get himself to do that. So he doubled down on The View.
We're living in a toxic culture where there's a cancel culture gotcha. We're not trying to elevate, we're trying to eviscerate. So when it comes to Nancy Mace, you see, I tried to be nice to the woman.
That's crazy. In any other case, they would never allow the guy to come on to talk about, but because of their political stances, they're doing that That's crazy.
I said, you're a wonderful woman. I lied. I then said, but I tried to be nice to her. And then even when I pointed out to her what the repetition of the misnaming of Kamala Harris would do, she got defensive. Oh, you're calling me a racist? No. To all of these white Christians, and she's one of them, the Bible says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn their face to God and turn away from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and then I will forgive their sins and I will heal the land. They have not forgiven themselves. White Christians hate themselves for the past wrongs that have been done, and I'm here as a loving Christian to say, let's grapple.
No, they don't. You want them to, but no, they don't. That's not a thing. What?
With that past, acknowledge the historic legacy of supremacy. Don't deny it. Don't erase it. Don't eviscerate it. Don't remove it from the history books. Confront it. And then when you forgive yourselves, we can go forward.
White Christians of today are not responsible for the atrocities that were committed by the United States centuries ago or decades ago.
First off, Anna Kasparian is exactly right. No one alive today is responsible for all the stuff that happened when none of us were alive. Okay? Nobody. Like, we are a different people than we were then. And this is exactly what I'm talking about with Michael Eric Dyson. He's a married man, and what he tries to do to defend him hitting on a woman he just called a racist is showing how he hits on all sorts of other women.
He's just blatantly hitting on all these ladies
at the same time. But he is a loving Christian that thinks white Christians, notice the race, white Christians hate themselves for what they didn't do back then. I mean, like, the delusion and derangement of this guy. This is what I always say. These people project everything they actually are onto everyone else. It's pathetic. I mean, all of the racist tropes, all of the hate, these people are what they claim to hate. It's disgusting. And people like Michael Eric Dyson are just absolutely delusional in thinking that they are the angel that they claim to be. No, I can't stand people like this. But let me know in the comments what you think about.
I agree. That sounded crazy. I really think he was just trying to get, I'm trying, you shot. I ain't gonna say. He wanted some ass. I think he was just full-fledged. He just anything moving, he was shooting his shot. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Hit the like button. Share the video as well. Subscribe if you haven't.